We told you about that tragic story out of North Dakota where a man admitted to running over 18-year-old Kayler Ellingson with his car because he thought the teen was a Republican extremist. But despite the mainstream media's apparent obsession with so-called political violence, none of the major news outlets spared one single minute to cover this story.
Fox and Friends weekend co-host Pete Hegseth joins us next. You know, Pete, let's pop that full screen back up on the screen. Hi. CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, NBC all gave this 0 minutes. Yet if it was anything else, they would be covering it wall to wall. Yeah. So why is this happening and why is this okay?
Well, it's not okay. It's wrong victim, wrong perpetrator. That's it. Didn't check any of the boxes that are required for them to go peak hyperbole and claim that America's on the precipice of civil war because of ultra-MAGA extremist Republicans, when it happens in the other direction, led by the guidance, frankly, when it happens in the other direction, without the guidance of Joe Biden, who claims that the biggest threat to our country are MAGA Republicans, they will not talk about it. Because if they don't talk about it, then it doesn't happen. But the other flip side of this is true, too. If you talk about it a lot, ultra-MAGA, MAGA extremists, then they must be out there around every corner. We got to find them, and they're prone to political violence. When there's no evidence of that either, this idea that right-wing anti-democracy violence is the biggest threat to our republic, they aren't able to present that reality as well. So they both, blow up the idea of right-wing violence and ignore left-wing violence. And that points to the lack of equal justice we have in our country.
Yeah, and now police are saying there's no indication that this 18-year-old had any political affiliation whatsoever. So that's just another layer to this tragic story. Louisiana Congressman Steve Scalise is calling on President Biden to denounce this murder, saying, quote, "It's outrageous and tragic that once again we are seeing another example of leftist violence. People from all parties should condemn political violence when it happens, and I would encourage President Biden and other Democrat leaders to equally condemn this heinous act, Pete."
Yeah, say his name. I mean, that's what they would otherwise be saying. And it all comes back to the dichotomy that we saw on full display between 2020 and 2021. Summer riots where dozens of people were killed, millions of damage across the country, and almost zero accountability with left-wing political leaders leading the charge to bail out a lot of the rioters. And you still have, to this day, a complete mischaracterization about what happened on January 6th as it pertains to deaths on Capitol Hill, with the left claiming, 2, 3, 4 people were killed by rioters there, when the reality, while unfortunate, was different than that. And that's the double standard that they continue to do.
Pete, let's get to this. Fox News exclusively obtained a highly controversial diversity and inclusion presentation from the U.S. Air Force Academy in Colorado. So the lessons instruct cadets to say y'all instead of you guys, using partner instead of boyfriend or girlfriend, to stop saying mom and dad in favor of parents or caregiver. But this is the real kicker here. That same Air Force Academy encouraged cadets to apply for a fellowship program for gender minorities. It says if you are a cisgender woman, a transgender woman, non-binary, agender, bigender, two-spirit, demigender, gender fluid, gender queer, or any other form of gender minority, this program is for you. But Pete, John Kirby denied that there's wokeness in the military. So doesn't that beg to differ?
That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I don't understand that list at all. Neither does anyone who's joining the Air Force, nor does any of this do anything to prepare future pilots and other cadets to drop bombs on bad guys, which is really what we need them to do, or transport our troops from A to B. I mean, when you've told cadets at an Air Force military academy that they can't say mom or dad, you've jumped the shark. You have created an environment of complete lunacy, of a really what it is a 1984 dystopian world where they can't really say anything without fear of being tattled on by now newly woke fellow cadets. This is really, really dangerous. This is pervasive inside our military. It's not just the Air Force. West Point and others have seen similar things, although not as obvious and evident as this. And it makes our enemies laugh at us. It makes us look foolish. It makes us look unserious. And it means we're less likely to defend ourselves the way we ought to because we're too worried about saying mom or dad or boyfriend. One of them down there said, "Don't say terrorist." I still have to translate what that means. It says, "Don't say NR or something, but don't say terrorist." Like, we are making ourselves vulnerable, and we look stupid.
And also,
we are.
So I just want to read a little bit more about it. A professor described the diversity and inclusion reading room as a safe space. So now we're talking about safe spaces in the Air Force Academy. And we had Corey Mills on earlier in the show, and he talked about how the military is all about cohesion. And these are all very individualistic ideas. So a lot of concern there.
That's a great.
Yeah. Also, Pete, before we let you go, I just want to play. Yeah, go ahead.
One thing I'd like to note, these academies increasingly have more civilian professors. They used to be mostly staffed by the military. Now the civilians have come in to run them, which is where you get a lot of the wokeness coming from the outside to the inside.
Yeah, and it would make a whole lot of sense to have members of the military be training future members of the military. Yes. So that's something that we should probably also look into. Also, California Democrat Congresswoman Jackie Speer, she's now suggesting moving our military bases closer to abortion clinics. Listen to this.
We have 128 bases and installations in these red states, in these states that ban abortion. Maybe we should just move these bases.
Pete?
Well, aborting babies is the obsession of the modern Democrat Party, which is why, next to Trump derangement syndrome, the overturning of Roe v. Wade has made them lose their mind, and every topic is viewed through that lens. So, yes, a lot of the bases of our country are in the South. There's a lot of land, and traditionally that's where they've been. A lot of those more southern states believe in protecting the unborn. She says, let's move the bases. Have you been to a base? Have you seen the equipment? Have you seen the land required? Where are you going to move them? Delaware? Going to move them up to Massachusetts?
Or the cost.
I'm sure Minnesota would love another big military base. Yeah, the cost. I mean, obviously it's not.
Yeah.
This is not. California would love to welcome more military bases. I know there's some great ones down there, by the way, but their leadership would probably love to have none if they could.
I don't think that
so this is stupid.
Idea is going to get a lot of traction. You know what is going to get a lot of traction, though? The Patriot Awards, which is going to be streaming live on Fox Nation November 17th, and you will be the MC. You did such a good job last year. I'm so impressed by you. I mean, that's a different skill set, and you have it all, Pete. So thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Pete.
I don't know. We'll see. You got to keep delivering every year. I hope folks sign up.
It's going to be even better.
FoxNation.com/Patriot Awards.
That's
It'll
right.
be fun.
It's going to be better than last year. Thanks, Pete.
Thank you both.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.